Broadcasting from the world headquarters of yesterday's fishing, I'd like to welcome you to another fishing reel service video. I debated about whether even to do a video on these. I'm definitely going to service them for my own collection, but wondered if there would be any interest in even looking at a video of these. But there may be folks out there that, obviously if you're a collector, you're probably going to know how to service these things. They're pretty simple, but there may be parents out there that have one for their kids or recently bought a used one for their kids, and maybe it's acting up, and maybe they aren't used to getting inside reels and so on, and maybe need some help getting it serviced. So I've got two of these here. I'm going to service the SpongeBob version. These are Zebco Floating Catch'Em Kits. So these probably would have come with a little tackle box with the associated character on that, and maybe some tackle in there. This one's a Mickey Mouse version. You can see it says Zebco Floating Catch'Em Kit. This one says it too, although it's a little harder to read with that bubbly background. And of course these are different. Everything's the same from the butt of the thing or the handle all the way up to where the rod starts. Now this particular one has these plastic, there's metal inside there, but they have these plastic coverings or shields over them. This one must be from a slightly different time period. It just has regular eyes on it. So but I think in general these range in the 2010s. They're China made. What it means by floating Catch'Em Kit is I believe the handle has enough air stored in there, it's closed off and hollow, that apparently if you drop these in the water they float. So I'm pretty sure both these reels, whatever cartoon character you have for this particular era of Catch'Em Kit, they're all going to be the same inside. So I'm going to do the SpongeBob one, and I got this a couple months ago, and then I think I got it for free if I remember correctly. And if you're gonna start collecting, I collect all the old vintage kids combos, like the old 77s and so on. It was like, well, do I keep collecting into the Chinese stuff? And I thought, well, might as well. I got everything else. So after I got this, I saw this for sale online and had to get this to go with it. So this is a SpongeBob SquarePants bobber set, and kind of neat packaging. You got 3 little spring bobbers in there, instructions how to use them. This was put out or copyrighted by well, obviously they gave the copyright to the Nickelodeon SpongeBob character, but the Zebco portion is also copyright 2010. So I'm guessing that's about the time these came out. I'm not sure. I'll try to look that up and give you a more accurate date on these before I post the video. But let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to be I think a counterclockwise turn of the cover, and this one's on tight, and it's a screw-on. What's interesting, one of the reasons that I opted to do a video on these is when I opened this up, I was half expecting to see the sawtooth pickup on the spinner head, but it actually has a pickup pin. So the only problem with these is trying to, in my little tight quarters here, trying to service the reel when it's actually part of the rod. So but at any rate, we'll get the nut off here. It's probably metric, but a 5/16 nut driver is doing the job just fine. So there's the nut, and pull off the spinner head. Very, very, very simple pickup pin mechanism there. There's a washer inside there. That's interesting. Okay. So there's a washer inside the spinner head. And then I think we can pull out the whole guts of the thing here, would be my guess. And that's held in by a couple little, well, at least one little tab here that I think I'm going to need to kind of push in to get these guts to come out. There. And so pretty simple. It's got a star drag, so your drag washers are associated with the handle. So when you get a fish on or whatever, the whole handles, you know, so the gear, you know, if you hold that stationary and you spin this, the drag is on the drag washers inside the main gear assembly and not on the spool or anything like that. This spool is part of the body, so there's no tabs or anything. You can't get the spool off. So pinion gear fell out there, but very, very simple. So I'm going to get this old nasty line off of there. There. Now, here's all the parts we removed so far. Now it's a matter of just getting the handle off of here. And that looks like it's taken a 3/8. And off comes the handle. And then we can back off the star drag adjuster. There's a big spring in there. And there's your star drag adjuster. You've got your anti-reverse pawl that popped out. That I'll show you where that sticks in. There's a keyed washer there, and then all of this pulls out. Your anti-reverse pawl goes in this little hole here, like that. But we'll get that out of there. And then disassemble the main gear assembly. So you've got the main gear shaft, and then just inside the main gear is a drag washer that fits down into a groove perfectly. That wouldn't be a fun one to have to make. And then, was kind of expecting another drag washer on that side, but no. So there does appear to be a shim washer here. So shim washer on the back side of the anti-reverse gear. Okay. So that's all there is to tear down. You know, once you get the guts out of the rod, you don't have to monkey with that anymore. So we're going to put all these parts into the parts tray. And take those to the sink. I'm going to clean the rod up good as well. Take all those to the sink, and not much grease on them really, but I'll get a little WD-40 to get the grease off. I'll get a cotton swab down into the journals and things, and do a final scrub with Dawn dishwashing soap and a toothbrush, and I'll be back just like that. All right, let's pull all the parts out here. And we can put the button back in. It just slides in there. It's held in place by the guts. So you can just slide that in. And now we can reassemble the main gear assembly. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. I do remember that there was a shim washer on the back of this. So I'll get that on there. And then we had our main gear, and then inside the main gear was a drag washer, and I'm gonna just grease that up a little bit. So I'm just going to take a little grease on my finger and work that in. And insert that in there. And that can go on there. And then, yeah, get on there. And then we can take and run this down through. And I am going to oil this. And run that down through there. And I'm going to go ahead and oil this. And run that through there like that. Whoops. Before I do that, I got to get this in a reverse pawl back on there. I'm just going to put a little oil in that hole and slip that in a reverse pawl back in there. And then the main gear assembly. What do we got going on here? There. Now, I just needed to get that one end of that pawl out of the way. So make sure that main gear assembly goes all the way back and the pawl engages with the cogs here on this gear. Then check it. So it should go forward but not backwards. Okay. Now we can grease the teeth of the main gear. We're just going to pack some grease in the teeth there. And now we're ready to work on the pinion. So we're going to grease the pinion gear. I'm going to wipe off this excess that's on the shaft. And then we're going to get some oil up underneath the pinion gear. And you can put a little up here where that slides and some oil there. And you can work that oil into that. And then, yeah, you can slink this down in there, mesh up those gears, and now we can go ahead and put the, well, we had this washer here. This keyed washer that went on first. Then we had our spring, and then we can start to thread on our drag knob adjuster, star drag adjuster. At that point, we're ready to get our, dum-dum. Get the handle on first before we put the nut on. And I've carefully put WD-40 in there and kind of rinse that handle knob out. And then we're going to want to lubricate that. So put a couple drops of oil in there and spin that around. Okay, now, get back in there, pinion gear. Now we can, that is really weird. That's just really weird that, that washer being there. Never really seen anything quite like that. I wonder how it, unless somebody didn't put this together right, because I wonder how the cam on here operates this pickup pin with that washer in the way. I don't know about that. I'm going to put it together. Let's put it together with it and see if it's actually working. And if not, maybe that washer's not supposed to be there. It just don't seem right. That just doesn't seem right at all to me. But we'll find out. I'm just going to hand tighten it on there for now. Let's just see if this is working. Yep. Yep. It works. I doubt anybody's ever been in this. I mean, usually these things get bought, used for a little bit, and then thrown out or put in the garage sale. So it's quite likely nobody's been into it before. So I guess that it is the way it was, the way I found it. But it is, if I push it, pickup pin's going in. If I wind it, it comes back out. So, all right. So now all we have to do is slip this back into the body and get that tab to go up into that little hole there. I don't know if it's better to put the tab in first and then slide this back. Yeah, it's in. And yeah, one thing I forgot to do was oil that pickup pin. We can sneak the oil. The hole's a little bigger than that pickup pin, so we can put a little oil there. And then it's just a matter of screwing the cap back on. We can test the drag. You can hold on to the spinner head. You know, if I back this off, it's already backed off as far as it goes. Easy to turn. Of course, that's not turning. And then if you tighten this down, it becomes much harder to turn. So drag's working fine. So we can put the screw the cover back on and call it done. So that's how you service one of the Zebco Floating Catch'Em Kits. They're, for this particular time period, with the plastic star drag adjuster and stuff, they're pretty much all the same. So it doesn't matter what cartoon character you have, you're going to get pretty much the same basic inside. So hope that's helpful to somebody, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.